Hi, people. Welcome to another exciting episode of Celebrating the Ordinary with Chuks and Runa.
Runa!
I,
Wondered if you were going to say my name or do I have to say it?
listen. I was considering, should I, shouldn't I? Is it worth it? Is it not for the? But hey, time to go with it, isn't it? How have you all been? It's been it's been an exciting time, this whole week. But yeah, how have you been, Runa?
Oh, now that is a $20 million question, man, because
Really?
let's just say I've been good, I've
Mm-hmm.
been bad, I've been the
Mm-hmm.
ugly.
Oh
I
man.
feel more yellow sticker chicken than spring chicken, but I'm still
Okay.
not off the shelf yet. So I don't know what you're going to take from that, but that's basically how I've been.
I will. There's a lot I can take from that, a whole lot that I will keep to myself. Hmm.
Yes, do. How has your week been?
Listen, my week has been amazing. I've done a lot of things, achieved a lot. Work has been good, but at the same time, it's for me, it's listening to the feedback that we've been getting from all our listeners, who have been reacting to the podcast. It's just for me, it's been amazing knowing that we are touching lives.
Yeah.
People are listening to us. We're not just peeking into the great void that is space. No, we're speaking to people. People are reacting. People are listening. People are feeling what we're saying, and
Mm.
people are happy with what we're saying.
Yeah, that's really good to know actually, because I mean, I don't know about you, but like I've always like thought, I want to put it out there in the world, and I'm happy to do
Mhm.
that. But I'm not always convinced. Will people hear it? Why would people hear it? Do you know what I mean? Like that kind of thing like
Yeah,
runs through your mind
yeah,
and stuff. So no, it is really lovely to like get that feedback and just listen to it. And I think some of the people also have questions for us, which obviously we'll be
yeah,
very happy to
yeah,
answer.
yeah. Yeah, I think that's sort of what we're going to do today. As ever, what we can say is we encourage everyone, all our listeners, you know, give us
Mm,
feedback, make comment, ask questions. Um, Positive, negative, all feedback is good with feedback. All feedback is welcome. That's what we want to do. And tell us if you want us to celebrate somebody and who that
yeah.
person is. We're more than
Mm.
happy to find that person and celebrate that person because, again, like we say, we're celebrating lives.
Exactly. But also, we don't know everyone in the world. And that's
No,
the
we
whole
don't.
point, that
Unfortunately,
ordinary people with extraordinary stories, they aren't always obvious. So if you know
no, they're
people,
not.
let us
No, they
know.
are not.
Let
No,
us
they are
know.
not. Yeah. I think that for today, both of us today are going to be what we call, are going to be agony aunts, Runa.
Are we agony aunts? I mean, yeah, well, it depends on the questions. But I tell you something before we go down that road, little bit of
Agony
feedback.
something.
Are we wearing the same colors ish? Which
Oh
I thought we
man.
were, but now yours
Oh
seem a bit more
man.
redder. Don't know if I can see that.
So I'm
We are
wearing
color
burgundy.
twins.
Yeah, we are. We're twinning today.
Actually, you're twinning more with my wall than you are with me, I think.
So basically, what it sounds
Mine is a
like is
bit
that
darker.
I decided to wear what I'm wearing today, and you decide to stalk me and wear the same color.
I'm basically wearing my son's jumper. Like he didn't want it. I bought it for him. And he was like, Mom, I don't like this color. And then I put it on, I go, but I think the color suits me though. So now I'm wearing what was meant to be his jumper, but I'm wearing it. You see, it's kind of cold. So no, I was not stalking you, chicks. Thank you very much. If I was stalking you, I'd wear the same snazzy shirt that you're wearing, which can I just say is really snazzy.
Thank you
But
very much. Thank you very much. I'm glad you recognize. Thank you. You're
if
making you're
people
making
think
you're
if
making me blush now. You're making me
good,
blush.
if people think Chooks looks hot in his shirt, please do let us know. Also, Chooks is single, so feel free to. He loves an ordinary woman with an extraordinary story.
Oh my God, I can't believe Rude is now trying to pimp me out.
Yeah, you gotta use your platforms, in it, like
Oh
where you
my,
can. But
Days.
enough of us trying to set you up with the world tricks.
Yes,
Plenty
please,
of
let's
time
move
for
on.
that later. Chuks is very happy, by the way, though. So, ladies, feel free to put those stories right in. I'm not going to mind. You can
Oh my
you can join
days.
us and serenade
Listen, let's
everyone.
go on to the first one. Ha.
Yeah. Okay, let's go on to the first one. So, drum rolls. Are you drumming roll?
Okay. Yes, I am. So who's the first person?
Oh,
I
Chuks
think it's
first.
Rena.
Yes, I think it is Rena. Yes, you're right. So, let's see. Can we hear Rena?
Good questions and things to like talk about is like embracing like neurodiversity, being someone from like a like a black African Asian like community, and how you embrace that, because obviously your girl's definitely got some undiagnosed ADHD. And another thing is like that sort of stance on cultural appropriation, how we like embrace and celebrate culture and each other's culture, still doing it respectfully, but also doing it to unite. Because one thing I like, my stance on like cultural appropriation is that sometimes it's okay for some people and sometimes it's not. And actually, like a lot of people, like let's say for example, like wear bindis and saris and this and that, and it's lovely, it's great, and as long as it's done respectfully, cool. Um, and it's like, are we as open about that as a whole, or is it one size kind of doesn't fit all kind of thing? Do you know what I mean? Like one rule for one rule for the other. So just kind of like, how do we come together to embrace that in a more like open arms way? And then my other thing was sort of things like being a woman, obviously, or someone with a disability, or someone who doesn't have children, and how we can still thrive, shine, do well, succeed, be seen, be heard, especially in a working environment, because sometimes that goes against you. And obviously that's not limited to just those sort of factors or characteristics or whatever. And there was another one. What was the other one? Oh, like sometimes me and my friend we talk about like our sort of how we align with cultures and values and morals and traditions, and sort of maybe like how many things do cross over. Do you know what I mean? Like in terms of between one culture to another, like those cultures, those values, like what we grew up knowing or doing or what you couldn't do. Like, say, for example, like we wouldn't call a family or someone by their first name. It was always auntie this or auntie, or, there was always that element of respect. And that seems to be cross cultures. That's something else. But yeah, I'm babbling on now. But I'll have another little think. And yeah, just keep like letting me know, like sort of if I'm on the right track or not. I got ideas for days, boy. Get me on your podcast. No, joking, I'll probably get banned still. But yeah, I miss you so much. Like, defo, I need to come to London, or you need to come here. We need a link up. Like, we need some vibes in our life. But yeah, I hope you're all good and you're blessed. And yeah, lots of love, man.
Wow. Serena really is a blast and has
Rena, yeah,
packed in
yeah.
so many questions.
A lot of questions. A lot of
Not even
questions
sure
in
if I
that.
remember all of them, but there was something about neurodiversity and cultural appropriation, which I definitely
Yeah.
heard.
Yeah, yeah. And then there was one about being a woman, being a woman who's single, and all of that intersectionality within a working environment
Mm.
and how that can affect. I think what we can do is take it a step by step, question by question. So the neurodiversity one, do you want me to handle that then? Or would you want to
Yeah.
handle it? Okay. I think with
Why
neurodiversity,
why don't we both handle it together? Because you can give
okay,
the neurotypical perspective, I can give the
give the
neurodivergent
neurodivergent
perspective.
perspective.
And they are our own perspectives, not
Yes.
necessarily generalized to everybody.
Yes, we're not professionals
Mm.
here, so we are just yeah, we're just talking from our own perspectives. I think that with from a neurotypical perspective, having people who are neurodivergent within a working environment. In fact, to me, I think I'm even going to broaden that. Having people within our society who are
Mm.
neurodivergent, I think is an amazing thing.
Mm.
Because, and I say this in my day-to-day work, I say this to my friends, I say it to everybody. Who wants to be normal?
Mm.
Normal is boring. If
Mm.
everybody was the same, the world would be a black and white place with no shades of gray, nothing. It'd be boring, it'd be bland.
Mm.
When you have people who are neurodivergent around in and around you, the way they think, the way they approach issues, the way they approach tasks, um, the fact that they can actually, the fact that they think differently from the rest of us, or let me not even say the rest of us, because then that's othering in its own way. The fact that they think differently is an amazing thing because then they think outside the box
Mm.
and they come up certain perspectives or certain problems from a different perspective, I think.
Yeah, I think that's really key. And I think if I remember correctly, do you know what? I'm gonna recap on those questions because I have ADHD and I
Yeah.
tend to forget things very quickly. I'm like, yeah, yeah, I
Yeah.
totally got that. And then I'm like, wait, hang on, did I get it? So I'm gonna replay question by question and let's see
Okay.
if we got it. Because I do agree that I think like obviously the world is a better place for like different people and
Yeah.
differently unique minds. But
Mm,
also I
mm.
think the one thing that everyone has to consider is that we use the term neurodiversity, but actually, like as a very specific thing, but actually it's an umbrella term because
Yes, it
the
is.
lived experiences of people can is so varied. And actually,
Yeah.
I don't always
Yeah.
find the narrative that neurodivergent people have like superpowers really helpful because I feel like it
Mm.
diminishes the real
Yeah.
struggles. The truth is the world
Yes.
isn't set up for a neurodiverse person, and having
No,
to
it's not.
navigate that is a whole like different jungle. So I
Yeah.
think we do need to be mindful of those things. But
Mm.
equally, any workplace will benefit from having an inclusive environment because the truth is
Yeah.
it's diversity that will bring about innovation. And ultimately, if
Yeah.
you're a workplace and you're into profit, the innovation is what's going to help you to,
Yeah.
do you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
bolster up, you get the new ideas and stuff. So let me
Mm.
go back because I swear she said something about also being South Asian and neurodivergent.
Okay. Good.
Hang on, let me just get
Talk
that.
about is like embracing like neurodiversity, being someone from like a like a like African, Asian like community, and how you embrace that. Because obviously your girl's definitely got some undiagnosed ADHD. And another thing.
Okay, so there you go. So it's being from a community like she mentioned, African or Asian community, and how
Yeah.
do we
Yeah.
embrace like neurodiversity? How can
Mm.
the impression goes? How can she embrace the neurodiversity?
Yeah.
I mean, I personally have to say that as a South Asian Bengali woman, to be precise, like I didn't even know that I had ADHD until
Mm.
like
Mm.
much, much later. I always knew
Yeah.
there was something quite weird about me, for want of a better word. Always
Mm.
knew that I was a bit of an outsider. A lot of
Yeah.
things didn't kind of make sense.
Mm.
And, ADHD in particular was sort of understood to be like if a hyperactive little boy, that is
Mm.
what
Mm.
what the understanding of it was.
Yeah.
And the thing with women is that with girls is that girls are taught to be you have to be nice, you have to be polite, you have to be compliant,
Yeah.
and all of those things that might have been like like that hyperactivity gets internalized. So
Yep.
boys aren't encouraged in
Yep.
that way, whereas girls, if it was going to come out like that, I think like it becomes internalized, and so
Yeah.
now their brain is like going left, right, and center, but they might be
Yeah.
looking like that. And I think there is real, look, I'm going to put the word out there is real trauma in that, because
Yeah.
I can't speak for like African women's experience, but
Mm.
certainly as a South Asian woman, and actually don't think it's that's massively different, but you can shed light on that,
Mm.
Chuks. But as a South Asian woman, we are taught to be more or less to be meek and compliant and
Yeah.
pro
Yeah.
husband
Mm.
sort of
Mm.
thing. You have to hold things. It is your izzat, you hold the honor. Like there's a lot of responsibility and not
Yes.
a lot of like reward, I reckon.
Yeah.
you know
Mm. Mm.
and like I said, I don't speak for everybody, I only speak for like my experience, and so the neurodiversity element just makes it so much hard. I mean, my experience of ADHD is that I am a pleasure seeker. Like I do go looking for things that are fun and interest. So
Mm.
I honestly cannot ever say that I'm passionate about one thing, because
Mm.
that's not
Mm.
true. I'm passionate about lots of things, and I
Mm.
can drop
Mm.
that passion in favor of something else. So,
Yeah. Yeah.
and my brain is going from like 0 to 60. And it's not
Mm.
because I can't focus on one thing, it's because I'm trying to focus on everything. So
Yeah.
it's a really kind of surreal thing to then balance the expectations of my community
Mm.
and
Mm.
what is proper and what's not, and what I can do and what I can't do type thing, and then balancing it in the outside world, where
Mm.
actually society has a different expectation. Well, Western society has a different expectation. So I think there is something quite important actually about neurodiversity and second generational migrants. um,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
then of course will have an impact on third generational migrants. But
Yes.
also,
Yeah.
why can't some first generational migrants also be neurodivergent? Because sometimes it does kind of run in the family a little bit, whether people have the diagnosis or not. So
I think that, so like you've identified. So yes, there are. I mean, you cannot say they're not, but there are, of course, there are first generation migrants who are neurodivergent. The challenge is, do they know they're neurodivergent?
no,
They don't,
no.
because and if I'm talking about from an African perspective, it's very similar to what you've described from your background.
Mm,
In Nigeria, where I'm from, ADHD, autism, dyslexia, as far as most people from Nigeria are concerned, all you're looking for are excuses not to do work.
mm, yep. Hmm.
You're looking for excuses to be naughty. You're looking for excuses to be disruptive, or you're looking for excuses not to read your book.
Yeah. Mm,
And growing up, it was standard practice was, you are being difficult, you're being naughty, your parents, your guardian, whoever is in charge is going to beat the bejesus out of you so I can stop being naughty.
mm,
Without realizing, ooh, there's something going on here, or there's a challenge, there's an issue to be identified. So I think that it's coming into it's for those of us, for migrants who are coming into the Western world, i.e. UK, America, and all of that. This might be their first time that they're hearing these terms:
mm,
neurodiversity, you being neurodivergent, being neurotypical, being ADHD, dyspraxia, dyslexia, autism, Tourette's. Can you imagine listen, I cannot imagine having Tourette's and being raised in Nigeria. And the Tourette's where the tick is using curse words or bad, yeah, or yeah. I'll be listen. You'll be, as far as you'll be beaten yeah, you'll be given the licks. So
yeah.
I think that it's, so for people who are from these backgrounds who are now coming to the realization that they are neurodivergent, for them it's an eye opener. But at the same time, not only are they coming to the terms with the reality of what has been going on for them in their personal lives, is also almost like coming out or thinking how they would come out to the rest of their family, to the rest of their community, to the point where they think that they will be understood and accepted.
Which, let's be honest, is actually one of those debatable things if they would be. Because you know
Yes.
what's really interesting is that whilst more people, I suppose, are hearing about it, even like that it's on their radar, the truth is the lived experience has always happened. Like,
Yes.
can't remember where the stat is from, but I think I got it from Alex Partridge's It All Makes Sense Now. But an ADHD person, for example, right, are 20,000 times more likely to hear more. So 20,000 times more um hearing critical things about them, criticizing
Yeah.
things about them,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know. And
Yeah.
that when you're growing up, like if you think about self-fulfilling prophecy and how it works, like people will internalize that
Yes.
actually I am wrong, I am bad. And actually
Mm,
going
mm.
back to Rena's question, it seems like it's such a simple question, isn't it? That how do I embrace like my neurodiversity as a South Asian or an African person? And actually, I would say it takes a lot of courage to embrace that because
Yes, it
all
does.
you've learned, I mean, I certainly have, all I've
Mm.
learned is that a lot of my impulses, a lot of what was natural to me was seen to be
Mm.
wrong. And
Yes.
the work I had to do was actually look at things objectively and think about
Yeah.
and look at myself and how I react and respond,
Mm.
and
Mm.
um, what parts of me are they really as wrong as people make out? So really
Yeah.
having to do that critical analysis over like actually what's right, what's wrong, what's me, what isn't, where is this
Mm.
coming from? And
Mm.
becoming more critically aware. Like a lot of the things I was told is the right thing to do. I actually don't abide by because it doesn't make sense to me. Like a classic,
Yes.
because obviously coming from the mental health field, we talk about conversations, right?
Mm.
And the thing about conversations is that a lot of courses, for example, will say, give eye contact, you know. And I'm like,
Yes.
I don't know if eye contact is always the best thing because evidentially we know that things where people are side by side or if they're doing something together,
Yeah.
those conversations are stronger, more powerful, and actually happen more organically.
Added to the fact that culturally, in some places, eye contact is a sign of
Is a
disrespect.
exactly. So I would say that like that, like for me personally, I can't focus on people's faces per se. Actually, I lie. I can't focus on their face and take in everything that they say. So I'll
Yeah.
probably be like jutting around. But if I do focus and really look into them, and there's a really weird, like it's like a level two thing, then I feel like I'm looking into their soul. So it's
Mm.
very either too intense or I can't like deal with it. But there's no
Yeah.
middle
Yeah.
ground. And I've always said this for me personally, that there literally is no middle ground. And like I said, I only speak from like my experience. So
Mm.
my
Mm.
thoughts are, Rena, to embrace your neurodiversity and basically forget that, like just embracing yourself in the
Be
backdrop
your
of our
true, be
culture.
your true, honest, open self.
Yeah,
Don't be
forgive
ashamed
yourself,
of it.
have grace,
Yeah.
have compassion for yourself. Like, ask yourself honestly, is this really a bad thing that I do it like that?
No,
Ask
it's not.
yourself, where is this information coming from? Do you even deep down agree with this information? I know so many female friends who are like,
Mm.
I should have a baby. I'm at this age. And then actually, do you know what? Now that I think about it, I don't really want it. I think I just expected to. So it's that
Yeah.
same sort of thing. Like embrace yourself. Before you embrace yourself, get to know yourself, appreciate the ins and outs of you.
Yeah.
Anyway, I hijacked that tiny bit there. So there you go, Chuks.
But again,
You
thank you
you can
very
answer the
much,
next
Runa,
one.
for that one. Okay, so what's the next? Wait, play it again. Let's see what the next one
Okay.
is.
Okay.
Thing is like that sort of stance on cultural appropriation, how we like embrace and celebrate culture and each other's culture, still doing it respectfully, but also doing it to unite. Because one thing I like my stance on like cultural appropriation is that sometimes it's okay for some people and sometimes it's not. And actually, like a lot of people, like let's say for example, like wear bindis and saris and this and that, and it's lovely, it's great, and as long as it's done respectfully, cool. And it's like, are we as open about that as a whole, or is it one size kind of doesn't fit all kind of thing? Do you know what I mean? Like one rule for one rule for the other. So just kind of like, how do we come together to embrace that in a more like open arms way? And then
Right. So that's a really good question, cultural appropriation. It's such a fine line, though. What is okay, what's not okay? What do you think? Because it
So
is, I think it's one people that really do get stuck on, you know.
yes. So I think from my own perspective, I think so cultural appropriation, it depends on the reason behind it. Yeah, there's some that is a whole